ciencia, humor y una amistad de otro mundo. Andy Weir, autor del libro en el que está basada la película del año, reveló en nuestra conversación qué está detrás de Project Hail Mary. Quédate hasta el final para una sorpresa sobre Rocky.
Grace. I'm gonna call you Rocky. We're here for the same reason. His son is dying too.
Hola Andy, hi, how are you? ¿Cómo estás?
Hi, I'm good. How about you?
Great, great. Andy, I couldn't stop crying when I left the movie theater. Yes.
Yeah, that's what we
I
want.
was like, I hope they know what they did because
I said that our popcorn bucket should come with like tissues, like a little tissues.
yes, since it's a Hamlet, maybe like in the back. You can take
Yes.
the popcorn here and in the back yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good idea, yes. It's a perfect combination and it's not enough popcorn for this one, you know. We had to get more in the middle. We were like, come on, we need more popcorn. It's so much
Good.
fun. And I love the story, especially, and because, well, I love Ryan Gosling, but there's one thing about his character that started some kind of a coward. But I was wondering if that was something that you wanted to show for this savior of humanity to start like that, to start so vulnerable, you know? It's very a human condition that being afraid of something greater than ourselves.
Yeah. And that was intentional. So for my first two books, the main characters were just based on my own personality, or just aspects of my own personality. Mark Watney and the Martian is just all of the things I like about myself magnified with all of my bad traits erased. That's Mark. And then Jazz from Artemis she's like kind of all the questionable and somewhat flawed uh, stuff that I had going on when I was her age, when I was 26, theoretically smart, but making bad life decisions. And most of the problems in my life are caused by my poor decisions, stuff like that. And then, but this time for Ryland, I said, okay, I'm not just going to base a character off myself. I want to make a new character concept. So I need to come up with a core element that I need to figure out what's going to change. And I consider characters to be my weakest thing in writing. I'm a very plot-driven author. I would love to get better at character depth, complexity, and growth. So I said, like, I started off with the idea of like this guy is not a hero. He's scared. In fact, I made that one of his core personality things. He's so afraid of conflict or danger or risk, even emotional risk, that he left his entire industry because he got some pushback on a paper that he wrote. He left the academia world and went into teaching junior high school where, it's a bunch of kids, it's a non-threatening environment. They're not going to challenge him on anything. And, he gets to be the cool teacher and everybody looks up to him, and that's like a safe, emotionally safe place for him. And so that's his whole core makeup. And then of course you find out, later on that, he really is very, very frightened, very cowardly in a lot of ways. And then he has to make the decision to like be brave to save his best friend, you know. Oh,
Yes,
and two entire civilizations. But
of course.
for him, it was really more about saving his best friend.
That was what I thought. I was like, he's saving his friend. He's not saving the world. He was afraid of saving the
Well,
world or
he
somehow.
already had the world set by the end. He had his solution. He was going to go back, but he can just send the Beatles back, right? It's like he needed to do this other thing to save his best friend.
Of course, yes. The relationship between Grace and Rocky is called a bromance, and it is a
Yeah,
bromance somehow.
absolutely.
Yes, and it's one of the best in sci-fi. But I wanted to ask you if did you realize that they were like this such a match made in heaven when you first wrote it?
Well, I mean, so I wanted it to be a book about friendship and about, loyalty and sacrifice for each other, and just that, like, how two people can really grow so attached to each other that they're willing to die to save the other one. And so, yeah, that was the core emotional element of the story. And I knew that the whole time I was writing it. And of course, I wanted Rocky to be a likable character, right? I wanted him to be likable, but I'm still like surprised at how much people love him. I'm like, okay, I wanted him to be likable. I wasn't expecting, emails saying like, "Hey, Andy, I read Project Hail Mary. I enjoyed it. Good plots. I would die for Rocky." I'm like, okay, all right, good. I'm glad. I'm glad.
Yeah, it is amazing. And you know what? I think Ryan Gosling is right when he said that this movie is for his kids growing up, that is somehow a family movie. Because I took my son, he's 8, and I thought he will be mature enough to understand the movie, but
Mhm.
it was beyond me. He's in love with everything about the movie.
Yeah,
And
I
he's
mean,
just
because
a kid, and
friendship,
the movie is long, and we were
yeah,
like worried, like, oh well, I somehow have you have to leave with him because I'm not leaving the theater.
yeah.
I'm gonna watch it.
Well, so friendship is universal. Like everybody from everybody from every culture has the concept of friendship. Almost everybody has friends. And it doesn't matter, an 8-year-old, your eight, did you say he's 8? Your 8-year-old son, I'm sure he has a best friend, right? He understands the concept of friendship and the things he would do to help his friend if his friend got hurt or needed help. It's something that resonates all the way down to our core being as humans. And part of being a human is compassion and caring about each other and having specific humans that you care about most of all.
Yes, yes, it is. I was wondering if you got the chance to see something that they did, that they managed to create for the movie, that you said that completely shocked you, that you said that it was impossible and they did it for a movie.
Hmm. I mean, nothing shocked me. I was there the whole time they were doing it. So it was never anything was presented to me as like, look at this thing that we just spent 1,000 hours making, and here it is, because like I saw the preliminary work as it went by. So, but just the fact, I mean, I'm just so happy that the directors understood the assignment, that it's like they didn't take any shortcuts at all. They didn't make Rocky into like a humanoid who could breathe our atmosphere or anything like that. They didn't they didn't even give him a face. They could have, they could have maybe given him something, but they said nope. The things that make this hard are the things that make this interesting. And so they really went all in on it. It was great.
Awesome. I have just one question, it's really quick. Is there some a new adaptation of one of your books coming up? What do you think it will be the next one?
Well, I know Lord and Miller they have been working on Artemis for some time now. Just so Artemis takes place, the whole story takes place in a city on the moon, and they want to accurately show 1/6 gravity. So that means you have an entire movie that takes place in 1/6 gravity. And they're saying we want to figure out a way to do this that doesn't involve having our actors be in, harnesses and rigs all the time, and also doesn't cost $1 billion in special effects. And they've got some cool stuff, some technology that is pretty awesome. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Now, you never know if a project's going to get off the ground or get funded or anything like that, but they have put time, effort, and thought into how to make that happen.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Andy.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for your time. Gracias.
De nada.
¿Qué ver? Con MaVi Gangi.